In the tumultuous depths of the Red Sea, a new chapter of conflict has emerged, catapulting tensions to levels never before witnessed. The waters, already dangerous in nature, are now roiled by the defiant presence of the Houthis, backed by Iran and known for their subversive tactics. This rebel group, defiant of international peace efforts, has unleashed a chain of ruthless attacks against civilian and oil cargo, posing a direct threat to venerable U.S. Navy facilities. In response to this reckless provocation, the United States has decided to take strong action, thus marking a significant escalation in the ongoing conflict. The American nation, with its firm commitment to security and stability, has sent a resounding message to the Houthi rebels through its third major attack. In a tone that echoes in the vastness of the Red Sea, the United States warns that these waters are not fertile ground for such reckless aggression. The U.S. military, renowned for its dedication to defense, has taken the threat posed by the Houthis extremely seriously. The surprising operation undertaken, which even took Iran by surprise, reflects a drastic change in the military strategy of the United States in the face of continued airstrikes in Yemen. This is not the first time the United States has directed its force toward Houthi facilities used in attacks in the Red Sea, the U.S. Central Command has stated. The forceful American response has materialized in a new air attack in Yemen, specifically directed at a Houthi missile complex, according to an official statement issued by the same command. In an evolving strategic game, the narrative of this conflict is woven with unexpected twists and unpredictable consequences. The world's attention remains captive as these events unfold, as the United States embarks on a new chapter in defending its interests in the Red Sea. In the early morning hours, as Sana'a was shrouded in darkness, U.S. forces executed a precise strike that resulted in the destruction of 4 deadly anti-ship ballistic missiles, meticulously prepared for launch from Houthi-controlled areas in Yemen. At approximately 4:15 a.m., the U.S. military unleashed its third strike on strategic Houthi targets, a necessary response according to 2 senior U.S. officials, as the 4 projectiles posed an imminent threat to both commercial vessels and valuable vessels belonging to the United States Navy. The operation was carried out with surgical precision, intercepting the missiles at the critical moment when they were preparing to attack nearby ships. This new assault came just a day after Houthi troops launched a ballistic missile, marking another chapter in the growing tension in the region. The latest episode of the confrontation took place after the Iran-backed Houthis took responsibility for a missile attack against the Zographia, a Maltese-flagged bulk carrier sailing in the Red Sea. The U.S. Central Command, CENTCOM, announced on Tuesday that 2 U.S. Navy SEALs missing during an overnight operation in the Gulf of Aden were involved in the recovery of Iranian-made ballistic and cruise missile components used by the Houthis in their maritime attacks. In the search for answers, the mystery of the missing SEALs still persists, according to reports from the Greek Ministry of Maritime and Island Policy. The ship, which was sailing towards the Suez Canal, had come under attack while heading north. Houthi military spokesman Brigadier General Yassari said in a pre-recorded statement that the missiles were fired after the crew ignored warning calls and that the ship was heading to a port in Israel, according to data provided by the service. Shipment tracking, vessel finder. In this intricate game of strategy in the waters of the Red Sea, each move becomes a crucial link in a chain of events that could upset the balance of power in the region. The Zographia, originally destined to reach Suez, Egypt, found itself at the epicenter of escalating geopolitical tensions in the Red Sea. Managed by a Greek company, the ship appeared to be lacking cargo and suffered material damage following the attack. The crew, consisting of 20 Ukrainians, 3 Filipinos and 1 Georgian, were involved in an incident that triggered a series of critical events. More recent satellite tracking data revealed that the Zographia continued its trajectory after the attack, defying expectations of a grimmer outcome. UK Merchant Marine Operations, tasked with monitoring waterways in the Middle East, had previously reported the attack on the Zographia, an event that prompted U.S. intervention. The U.S. counterattack, carried out a day after the launch of an anti-ship ballistic missile by Houthi troops against the U.S.-owned and controlled dry bulk carrier Gibraltar Eagle, reveals the urgency of the situation. The United States and the United Kingdom used Tomahawk missiles and fighter jets to attack Houthi positions, in an attempt to contain threats from drone and missile attacks against merchant ships. Following these actions is growing concern about the possibility of a broader regional war, with Iran playing a crucial role. President Joe Biden's decisions, backed by a comprehensive diplomatic campaign, have led to a series of airstrikes against Houthi rebels in Yemen. These events intensify anxiety in a region already marked by instability and violence. Iran's aggressive posture, evidenced by its proxies and direct military engagement, suggests a deeper threat to U.S. and Israeli interests in the region. The Houthis' attacks on U.S. and British interests in the Red Sea, along with Iran's expanding influence in the Middle East, underscore the complexity of the situation. The future course of these events is in the hands of key actors, including the United States, the United Kingdom, Iran, Israel, and various non-state actors. This complex geopolitical puzzle takes place in an uncertain scenario, where each movement has an impact on the regional balance of power. World attention remains captive before the outcome of this web of tensions, anxious about the decisions and reactions that will shape the future of the region. Thank you for following this evolving narrative closely.